I am Jacob Dowdell, Mr. Love Always Wins. Welcome to our second episode of the Love Always Wins podcast. And as always, I'm joined by my beautiful co-host.
Hi, beautiful people. I am Katrina Montez, author of Masters of Resilience, Real Stories of Inspiration for Purposeful Living. And of course, we are excited. This is our second episode.
Yes.
Number one, thank you guys for the feedback.
Thank you so much.
On episode 1, all of the suggestions.
It touched my heart.
Yes. So that episode was Stroke of Genius.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talked about your health challenges and we want to pick up on that. But this one is life after death.
Oh my, that's heavy.
I'm going to try to keep it together. But I got my tissue on standby.
Hey.
Yeah, but before we get into it, we want to do a couple of things. We want to first
of all, correct our mistakes.
Yeah. Well, we misspoke.
Yeah.
On something.
I did. I misspoke about the
statistics of the strokes.
Statistics.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's a good mistake.
Mm-hmm.
I said there was a stroke every 4 seconds, but I left a 0 off. It's actually every 40 seconds.
40 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone has a stroke, and then 4 minutes.
Every 4 minutes, someone dies of a stroke.
And that's still a lot. That's still a lot. If you think about it, every 40 seconds, right?
Mm-hmm.
Someone has a stroke. So that's 795,000 people.
My God.
795,000 people have a stroke each year. That's a lot, right?
That is a lot. Hopefully my book, Big Jake's Stroke of Genius 120/80, will give us the tools to help push that number down.
Absolutely. We want to decrease that number. And then that's also 140,000 people who die, to put it in numbers. Yeah, so we want to help get that number down, as you said. So another thing we want to do is leave a foundation. This is the Stroke Family Warm Line. Instead of a hotline, it's the Stroke Family Warm Line, and we're going to leave that information in the description of this episode, and that is for strokes. And then we also going to give information about the Epilepsy Foundation.
So what do they get with the Warm Line?
The Warm Line, they get support for people who had strokes, as well as for family members and caregivers.
Wow, that is a needed thing.
Absolutely. And also, if anyone have any other suggestions or questions about Mr. Love Always Wins, about our journey, then of course you can always contact us via social media. But if you don't know us, if you don't follow us on social media, which we hope you do, but you can also email us at thelovealwayswinspodcast@gmail.com. That's thelovealwayswinspodcast@gmail.com. Reach out to us, ask us questions, and if you have any suggestions for future shows, you can also let us know that as well. Right? So
let's get into it.
So again, life after death.
Yeah.
Is this episode. So we talked a lot about some of your obstacles, some of your challenges that you face. We talked about you actually flatline. Let's be transparent. Let's talk about day-to-day living, day-to-day struggles now. And for me, what I witnessed, and you can get more into it, is there are some moments of frustration. There are some moments of feeling down, and we are definitely aware of how medications can alter your mood as well. So let's talk about that.
Yeah, listen, once, and I hope that everyone has opportunity to get to this point where they come out of the initial part of the stroke, which can be very, very challenging. You're very confused as a stroke victim, right? You're just very confused trying to get your bearings and things like that. So that's why it's so important that you have people around you who are willing to love you through it. But some of the medications, woo!
Yes.
My God, today, some of the medications, when you start looking at the side effects, crying, running nose, mood swings, weight loss. When I had my stroke in May, man, I was like a bull, right? 236 pounds of just muscle. Hey, we'll put a picture up there so you'll see it. We'll put a picture up so
pictures
when I was jumping through the air. Yeah. But when I had the stroke, when I came home, I went in the hospital at 236.
And you went down to
when I got here, 170, 78. I may need some of that tissue.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
I may need that.
I got you.
And so that was hard to get used to, the death of the big, strong me, right? But God was saying yes to another way.
Right. Yeah. So again, we're talking about life after death, and we're not just talking about that physical death. Again, we're talking about the death of the person you once were. And now you're adjusting to that new person.
Yeah.
Right? So it's definitely not easy. It can be very difficult. Very difficult. Very difficult for you, and very difficult for me as your partner, as your caregiver, as the person who loves you, you know, and witness that strong, hype leader man, you know?
Yeah. Because in my mind, I can still do all the things that I did pre-stroke. But the reality of it is, my body won't let me. I still get up. My eyes pop open at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm ready to go run like I used to, but the only thing I'll be running is like to the end of the bed and where I fall.
Yeah.
Because I'm still trying to, this podcast works great for me because it's only maybe an hour out of the week. That's all the energy that I can muster right now. Maybe 1 hour of energy.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas I used to get up at 4, work all day, and then go and coach, have coaching meetings afterwards to 7, 8 o'clock at night.
You stayed on the go, for sure.
Yeah, I stayed on the go. So
yeah, and I can see how that's frustrating when you want to do those things you once did, when you want to get out and exercise like you did every single day, but you're in your mind, it's like, yeah, I could do it. But when you try, your body is like, no, sit down and rest.
Sit down.
Yeah. So I want to talk about, and I know one of the viewers brought this up. It's okay, babe. Because I'm going to need mine shortly. So, life after death. When it comes to the person I met in 2022. we matched energy. We had the same energy, right? Love music, love dancing. And he mentioned before in episode 1 that he didn't want me to touch a bag, a door, drive, nothing. He loved cooking. And when I heard that, I was like, yes, yes. However, right now, and we're believing God that it's gonna turn around. We're believing God for total restoration, total recovery. But now he can't do all of those things, right? But to talk about how it was for me when I first got that news. So let me take you back to May 12th, 2023. I was in San Antonio. Like every day, Jacob and I talked several times throughout the day. We FaceTimed several times throughout the day. We laughed. We always laughed about something because, yes, he is a comedian. Still is a comedian.
Hey, I'll be making my return to the stage.
Very soon. Very soon. Yeah.
So it won't be a 2-hour show like before.
Yeah.
Maybe 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's okay. We're going to get you back out there.
Right.
But so I was in San Antonio doing Army stuff out there with my sister because she lives in San Antonio. Cool. And I talked to Jacob around 11 p.m. And of course, Guam time, it was day over there, night where I was. And it was about 11 p.m. I talked to him. He was like, call me on your way to the airport, right? You were about to go coach.
Go to practice.
And I said, okay. Well, 2 a.m., I get a phone call, and I was like, what is he doing calling me? Because, it was not him. It was Coach Mans. And he said, sis, oh my God. He said, sis, Jacob had a minor stroke. I just wanted to reach out to you. I'm gonna keep you updated, but we want to know if you know of any medications that he's on. And after that, everything just is a blur. Like, I heard him, but I didn't hear him. And I'm like, there's no way. I just talked to him. And I said, no, I don't know about the medications. And I was like, well, if he had medications, they'll be in his fanny pack,
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, I checked, there's nothing there, but I'm gonna call you back. I was like, what? I had to get myself together because I still had a flight to catch that morning. And of course, I could not go back to sleep. I believe people started reaching out to me in Guam via Messenger, and it was horrible.
Thank you to all of you who reached out to her.
Yeah.
I greatly appreciate that.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
It was a blur, and I was trying to get myself together to pack and to go to the airport and do everything I needed to do to get my flight. My mind was everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew at that moment that it would not be the same. Now, mind you, years prior to that, before we met, you had that stroke and you were out of the hospital the next day. You drove yourself home the next day. I knew it was different this time. I knew it was different. I knew I wasn't going to get that phone call from you. And I really started mourning you at that time. The person that I met. that person that I met, I knew it was going to be different. So he called me back and he said he's going to have to go into surgery because he had a blood clot in his brain. That's when I knew I had to start contacting your family, because I did not know. Called your sister, leave her reach out. She reached out to your kids and everything.
That's a tough one.
It was bad. So I made it to the airport. I think he told me that, by that time you had the surgery and it went well. And my sister reached out to me, asked me what time did I leave my flight, what time did my flight leave, and that's when I told her. And I told her it felt like my soul left my body. Yeah. So that was the longest flight. That was the longest travel. I think I had 2 flights, and the whole time I was just holding in my cry. I mean, tears were coming down as I was on the flight, but I just wanted to scream. I just wanted to scream. I think I got home around, I don't even know, it was dark. Whatever, I got home and got in this apartment by myself, I let out that scream. That was the worst feeling in the world. So, needless to say, yeah, a part of me died that day when I got that phone call.
I definitely think that counseling is a big part of this recovery process. I know I need it. I hope you take advantage of it too.
Yeah.
And anybody you know that, unfortunately, every 40 seconds, somebody in the span of this broadcast, their family member is going to experience a stroke.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in the span of this broadcast, a couple of people are going to transition to heaven via a stroke. That's why the numbers that we put in the description are going to be so important for us.
Yeah.
Listen, we got survivors DNA, babe. We got survivors DNA in our blood. We gonna be all right. And with your help, we are all gonna be all right as a family.
Yes.
As the Circle of Love family, we're gonna be all right. There's some rough days ahead for some people, but in the end, we're going to be all right. We can make it together.
Yeah, so he's still here for a reason.
That's right.
Everything happens for a reason. As I talk about in my book, everything happens for a reason. Makes us stronger.
Yeah.
Right?
But sometimes you want to say, God, I'm strong enough.
I'm strong enough. I'm resilient enough. I don't need
no
more tests. Yeah, I'm good on that part.
Yeah.
But we just gotta keep going, because quitting is not an option.
Quitting is not an option. But you know what is an option? Reaching out to the members of your love circle, your family members. That's us.
Your support system. That's right.
Right.
That's right. Do what you got to do. If you want to talk to a family member, a friend, or if you want to talk to somebody who does not know you, reach out. There's always a 800 number. There's an 800 number for everything. So
but we're
utilize
gonna be the
those.
ones to the
Yeah.
Stroke Foundation.
And epilepsy.
Yeah.
Yep. And counseling as well. So we'll include that in the description as well. But yeah, it's tough. We have our moments. He'll have his moment. I'll have our moments. Sometimes we have moments together, but we always come out of it and we just keep it pushing. We keep it pushing, you know? Woo!
Thanks for your love and support,
Yes.
and your prayers and all the wonderful suggestions from episode 1. Coach Q, great job. Thank you, my
Yes.
sister.
Yes. Check out Chat It Up with Coach Q. That's my friend. She has some great topics as well.
Virgo Nation.
Yeah, Virgo Nation. Let's also mention this quote that you gave from Mama Dot and my son Keon.
Hey.
He gave us feedback on that, and I'm
DJ
like, oh, we got
in the house.
Yeah, we gotta put that on a t-shirt. So one thing that stood out to him on episode 1 was a quote that he gave from Mama Dot. What was it? About making a difference wherever you go, wherever God placed you.
If God placed you somewhere, you are placed there to make a difference.
That's right. So always do your best wherever you are. So that's why we're here. We feel like because God is placing us right here, we're placed here to make a difference. So something that is said on these podcasts, something that is shared, whether it's my story, Mr. Love Always Wins, or a guest that we have, we're here to make a difference. We're here to encourage. We're here to inspire and empower, right? So we're just sharing our life lessons. We're being vulnerable. That's something that I usually don't do. That's just me, because I'm always looked at as the person that people will come to. I'm always looked at as that strong person. But let me tell you something. Sometimes the strong people need to lean on people.
Right.
You know? And I think I'm getting better at that. I need to get better at that.
are.
And I'm 50 and I'm emotional too.
I hate to see you cry, baby.
I know. It's a lot though.
That's just an excuse for me to grab it. But I want to tell you, your pain has purpose.
That's right. That's in my book too.
Right. Your pain has purpose.
Yeah, I know. The counselor always needs counseling.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, it is very, very hard to witness Jacob going through this. And whew, I always say life be lifing, but again, he's still here for a reason, right? So another thing we wanted to share is actually shortly after
because you start to wonder, like for me, I started to wonder, did I make a difference, right? Am I out of time? Did I make a difference?
Yeah. You have all kinds of thoughts. And be all the way vulnerable. You think about not being here. You think about giving up. And I have those times myself when I'm not even recovering from a stroke, or we all have those moments, to be perfectly honest. Like, jeez, what is my purpose? Have I fulfilled it? Where am I going? What am I doing?
But that's the beauty of God, right? That's the beauty of God. He still allows us to go through things, right? But let me tell you, sometimes God just show out when he show up. And last week after the episode,
we were going through mail. When I tell you, like, on time. So, of course, Jacob came from Guam, and he was in Jacksonville with his best friend, and he was just hard to catch up with.
Right.
But some mail finally caught up with him on time. We opened this mail, and actually, I was like, you need to open this mail because there might be some checks in here. To be perfectly honest, open this mail.
Not having a paycheck coming in now.
You know, that's coming too. Coming too.
It's coming.
So we opened this mail.
Listen, y'all. Everybody, listen. Everybody need to get their tissue.
Oh my God, I'm not even going to get through this letter. So we opened this mail. Mind you, this actually was sent to him last year, right? Around May of last year.
Yeah.
And we just got it. We just opened it.
Oh yeah, get your tissue ready.
Just when he was thinking, like, man, am I making a difference? Did I do enough? Did I fulfill what Mama Dot told me to do? Open this letter. And it says, it's handwritten.
Ooh,
Who writes?
Show them the handwritten. Oh.
Nobody writes letters.
Look at that
anymore,
handwriting.
Right? Nobody writes letters anymore. So it says, Mr. Dowdell, I don't know if you remember me, but I remember you and all that you taught me. My name is, I'm not going to say her name, we're going to call her LC. And I will always be a Dowdell Dynamo, right? One of his students.
Oh my word.
I was in your third grade class in the 2013-2014 school year. That year changed my life forever. Not because I had a good teacher, but because I had a phenomenal educator. You taught me valuable lessons that not only in spelling and in multiplication, but in being myself, compassionate, appreciative of everything that I have. And she quoted you, you don't work, you don't eat.
That's right. You don't work, you don't eat.
You frequently told us. I didn't know the value of true hard work then, but you encouraged me. You encouraged me to always do my best every day. Don't start, because I don't think I'm going to make it through this letter if you start. I had pushed myself. On May 26th, I will graduate with a high school diploma, a medical assistant certification, and an associate's degree from Weber State University.
Wait, a high school, what?
So she graduated from high school, so she'll have her diploma, she'll be a medical assistant, have that certification, and an associate's degree from Weber State University.
All at the same time?
All at the same time. She said, I am Clearfield High School Student of the Year and one of 5 Presidential Scholar nominees for the state of Utah.
Yes.
Yay!
Once a dynamo,
Always
a dynamo.
You always push me as a student and as a person. Over my education, you have been the most influential person. I remember all the projects that, she said, all the projects, the breakfast, the dancing, the Eye of the Tiger. See, I told y'all he did jingles and everything, anything to motivate the students. And this was after winning multiplication battles and you calling her handwriting ferocious.
I told her she's going to be the president of the Chicken Scratch Squad. But look at that handwriting now.
Yeah, and she also said that it was revolting at the time, I have to admit. But I guess you told her the truth, and she was like, yeah, you're right. She said she also remembered the garden and speaking to the class as the president of the Dynamos.
That's right.
She said, I attribute so much of who I have become to you. When I was a student in your class, I was diagnosed with Tourette's syndrome, which was difficult for me to navigate at the time. But you helped teach me that I was not a hindrance and that I could still succeed. Good. I am more than my flaws and my disorders. I am a whole person.
That's right.
And even now, at 18 years old, I feel wildly successful. Although I have grown immensely over the last 10 years, I so vividly remember sitting in your classroom and learning from the best every day. She said that she valued your popcorn lessons, encouraging us to always think of and respect others. You taught me to be a support. Wow. To love others endlessly. Love always wins. And to be unapologetically me every day. I strive to be more like my third grade teacher.
Third grade educator.
She said teacher.
Our teacher teaches
But that. Come on now. She's striving to be more like you.
I love it so much.
Anyone can change the world.
I thought I was gonna be okay, but
yeah. She said anyone can change the world, and you undoubtedly changed mine. Thank you for supporting young me and catalyzing my future outlook. I owe so much to you. Thank you for every lesson, every day in the garden, every song. I will cherish every moment forever. Once a dynamo, always a dynamo. LC.
That's right. And dynamos never give up.
So that letter came when I tell you we were in here balling.
And I only got through half of it, but I thought I'd be okay here. But
yeah.
Charge it to my head and not to my heart, guys.
That's to be expected. But I'm telling you, for any educator, for any mentor, any coach, anybody that is just pouring into young people, affirming them, giving them those affirmations, those positive affirmations,
right,
is not done in vain. Keep it up.
Yeah, they hear you.
Absolutely. And our children, the parents, the parents, keep pouring into your children. So, woo!
Yeah.
This was a tough one. This was a deep one, but life after death, we still here.
Right.
We still here.
And I reached out to some friends who their life partner transitioned. Maybe we're gonna have some of those folks join us soon.
Yeah. Because once you have that experience, whether it's of course that physical death and then coming back, or experience the death of a partner, of a loved one, of a parent, you're no longer the same. You're no longer the same. But you're still here for a reason.
Right.
You're still here,
And why not? Let's just build a support system amongst ourselves.
Absolutely.
Why not us?
Why not us?
Listen, you don't have to stay in one place. We're going to keep moving forward.
That's right.
Matter of fact, I'm speaking this into existence. I'm going to get back on the stage, right? For the Love Always Wins, Still Standing.
Yes.
Comedy tour.
Yes. That's going to be awesome.
It's going to be awesome, right? It may be one show, because, like I said, the stamina is a work in progress. 30 minutes is pretty much all you're going to get.
That's good,
I'm like the electric car. I'm bright when I'm on, but once the power goes, boop, boop, boop.
Go fast. Yes. You go fast, but that's okay. You make a difference while you up, though.
Hey, listen, my friend Andrea Bright, she'd always be like, uh-oh. If I say, we're talking to like, oh, hey, y'all, good night.
Right. All right, gotta go. is no lingering on the phone. You hang up immediately.
And if you hear, oh boy, that's it. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap. So yeah, this was good.
Being vulnerable like this with you, we couldn't do it without you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for letting us be vulnerable.
Yeah.
In this safe space that is the Love Always Wins podcast.
Yeah.
We look forward to having you on.
Yeah.
Now, don't worry about me speaking. It's gonna get better, right?
Every day.
This is speech therapy for me.
Speech therapy. This talk therapy. This is therapy.
That's
period.
right.
It's therapy. It helps, right?
Yeah.
So thank you again, guys, for your support. Again, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah.
You saw that? You see what I did there?
I see what you did.
I was kind of strong, huh? Hey, maybe one day I'll get my radio voice back, huh?
It comes and goes.
It comes and goes.
It comes and goes. So yeah, again, reach out to us on the Love Always Wins podcast at gmail.com if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, and we're looking forward to our guests, and maybe you being a guest as well.
Hey, and we got our music now.
Somewhat. Listen, this is new for us. We're still getting this together, so don't come for us. But we're doing our best. So, anything else, honey?
No, play the music so I can dance my way out of here.
Okay, all right.
Chair dancing, by the way.
Okay, but you know what? We might not have the music right now. Something happened to the speaker.
Oh, let's just dance. Come on.
But we got to hear it.
That's good enough.
That's good enough. All right. Thank y'all for watching. Thank you for putting up with us and our tears. Until next time. Woo! See you
Thank
for
you,
episode
family.
3. Thank you. And remember, love always wins. Bye.
Thank you.